So I'm just going to display one of the videos that we have.
That's going to wake you up for the afternoon. What else does? Thank you, Erika.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, go ahead.
So my name's Erika Borunda. I'm from San Diego, California. We have about $40 million worth of portfolio assets that are for sale in crypto. A lot of people have come to us and said, how is this possible? How can you buy property from crypto? And so as many of you know, crypto is not very accepting in the mainstream world. So we've had to overcome a lot of obstacles, a lot of questions that people have. How do you liquidate it into hard money assets? And so we found the solution. We have the formula for it. We've been studying it for over a year now. San Diego, we have 2 properties that are for sale for crypto. And all of our sellers are early adopters of Bitcoin, so they're into the space. And so this is why it's been so opening to the whole world, and it's always nice when you have a seller that's in the crypto space that wants to sell their house in crypto. So we've teamed up with attorneys, PR companies, everybody dialed in, and we're ready to process these transactions using cryptocurrency, and also hopefully we're in the beta stages of transacting it on the blockchain technology. There's only been one real estate transaction on the blockchain technology in Vermont, so we're hoping to find our crypto buyer that's looking to liquidate and put their money into hard money assets and diversify their portfolio like real estate. So we're here showcasing the properties, and we want you to keep us in mind if you have anybody that is wanting to liquidate some of that cryptocurrency that they're holding on to and turn that more than just numbers on a screen. Anybody have questions? I'm sure there's plenty. Yes.
Let me give you a microphone.
As a buyer, do you need to go through a KYC?
Correct. Yes, you will do a KYC. Whether you're in the U.S. or international, we're working with buyers right now from China and Russia that we're doing a KYC on them as we speak. So you will have to do.
You have a question? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Are there potential tax advantages in going straight from crypto to real estate rather than trading to dollars?
We suggest speaking to your CPA about tax advantages, but I mean, people ask, is there a way not to pay taxes on it? Of course, you have to still pay your property taxes on this when the seller gains property, but as far as tax incentives, we recommend you speaking to your CPA, because as a real estate agent, I'm not licensed to give you any tax advice. What's that?
Not using the mic. Do you guys need the mic? I mean, here.
how's the tax assessed? So you'll still pay capital gains once you convert that and liquidate it into fiat. You'll be taxed on that. That's a 1% fee that you have to pay BitPay. So it's usually a 1%. Yeah.
Do you have title and things like that?
Yes,
over
we're
here?
working with title and escrow companies that are already licensed and already know how to transact a transaction like this internationally or through cryptocurrency.
So is it recorded at
I
the
can't-
recorder's office?
Who's speaking?
Over here.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it recorded at the recorder's office? Just like
So
a normal?
what we're trying to do is record it on the blockchain technology because we are firm believers of the blockchain technology. We want to disrupt the way real estate is done. We understand the way it's done now is very old school. It's mundane, a lot of paperwork. It's not transparent. There's a lot of middlemen. So what we're trying to do with this $30 million assets, real estate assets that we have, is hopefully find somebody that is willing to record it on the blockchain.
So then it wouldn't be recorded at the recorder's office at all?
We would still do it. We would probably do a dual, probably a traditional recording office, and then obviously the blockchain as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I have a conspiracy theory question, not necessarily for you, but for the lawyers in this room. So let's say I'm a very rich guy, and I have this 40 million worth of disposable asset in my house, which is this house. And I'm very bullish on crypto. And I'm convinced that today it will be the optimism because when I'm in crypto and take my 40 million, the house wouldn't appreciate as much as this thing would appreciate. So that's my business model. I'm this guy, and I come to everyone here selling this house, right? So the lawyers is
Yeah, az chyba skapać go, nie wiem, to sobie ma kapać.
they are doing that, but this is the conspiracy theory that I have after listening to this story.
So what is your question? Your question is? Okay, you don't like it. Okay, next. Anybody else's question? Sir. You have a list of properties?
Yes, I have 2 San Diego, 1 Los Angeles, New York, 2 in Dubai right now, and then we have a buyer need wanting to buy an island in crypto. So if anyone wants to sell their island, I have the buyer.
You have a buyer in London? Okay, good. Island.
Do the sellers get crypto or fiat?
It's going to be a case-by-case situation. In this instance, a lot of my sellers are in the crypto space and open to accepting crypto to crypto, but because we are an escrow state in California, we have to go through escrow. You can get creative with it in a sense that if they want to do that outside of escrow, whatever they want to do and do their investments, they can, but in order for it to record, we would have to do traditional, where escrow will have to accept US dollars, transfer to the seller.
Yeah, and remember, Erika is a very new company, so you're discovering all this right
Yes.
now.
I
So
mean, we've
just
been
give
studying
her a
it for
chance.
6 months now, but
So you started 6 months ago?
Right.
How many people in your company?
well, it's just my partner and I and our marketing director. And
So you were a real estate agent in it before?
Yes,
was
I've
your
been doing it for
passion. How long
12
you been? 12 years?
12 years.
Okay, good. So,
Can you buy it anonymously? In other words, can you use Monero, for example, to buy the house, register it, so you can still prove ownership with token, and you can be anonymous?
That's a big question that we've been asking because crypto is supposed to be anonymous, right? Unfortunately, because we have to go through escrow, you can put it into a trust or an LLC, and we've partnered with people where we could make it anonymous as well. You will probably most likely have to expose a beneficiary on the LLC, but we work with partners that will help make sure that you're private.
So you still have to go through a legal corporate structure that's...
Unfortunately, yes.
okay.
Yeah.
But I think you have a buyer.
You have a question. Jure has a question here.
Do you have an escrow facility solution for the crypto? That's
You have any escrow solution facility for crypto?
What we're working with, right now, we're working with certified, approved escrow companies that know how to work these transactions and taking the fiat from companies like BitPay. Is that your question?
But like you're, if I'm the buyer and I'm paying you Bitcoin, you're telling me I can pay you Bitcoin, right? So I'm not sending you fiat, I'm sending you Bitcoin.
Bitcoin to Bitcoin? Yeah.
Right, so does your escrow custodian solution custodian Bitcoin, or does it get converted into fiat?
It gets converted. That's what I was saying. It does get converted to US dollars with a 1% fee. But if the buyer and the seller, depends on how creative you get in your contract. And it depends who the buyer is and who the seller is, how they want to get creative. If they want to do something in their own time, investments, and do Bitcoin to Bitcoin and sell the property less and do the rest Bitcoin to Bitcoin, that's going to be a decision between the buyer and the seller. In my case, my sellers are open to that because they are in the crypto space. It just depends how creative we
Okay,
are.
the last question. Sir?
Are you investing in one-on-one properties or is it fund?
We're open to all ideas. We've been getting a lot of interest in portfolio and getting them all. We've been getting interest on one property and maybe another property or investments. It just depends. But we're definitely pushing to record it on the blockchain. So if we could find that person that is willing to show the world and showcase that this is possible and that we need to streamline the way real estate is done, then that's what we're here for.
All vehicles are open REITs, LLC possibilities, you guys are open.
We're gonna,
Yes.
okay, we're going to have the last question from you, and then we'll go. Yeah.
If real estate can be transacted Bitcoin to Bitcoin privately, how does the government wedge themselves in there for tax purposes?
That's the big question that everybody's been asking. Unfortunately, I don't have that answer.
Good answer. How much of a house I can buy with this Bitcoin?
How much is on this wallet?
Yeah, and okay. Now, what are you doing besides joke? What would you do for the people that fluctuating the price of the Bitcoin? And because this is very
Yeah, that's a big question. It's so volatile. Why would anybody want a seller take that kind of risk?
Yeah.
Again, it's all going to depend on the buyer. We're really focusing on the early adopters of Bitcoin, the whales, the ones that are sitting on all this money and they have too much of it and they need to get rid of it and they want something tangible. That's really our target market, is the early investors of Bitcoin.
Okay.
And they know when to sell. Well, when they put an offer on the property, they have it circles every 15 minutes how Bitcoin's changing, then they could purchase it.
How can people outside home and people that are watching this program, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah.
More information.
You can visit our website, crexinternational.com, CREXinternational.com, or you can give me a call. I think most of you have my business cards or my information's on a lot of the brochures going around here.
Okay. Thank you. I'll get my Bitcoin back.
Thanks for having me.
Have good luck to you. Thank you very much for presentation. Give her a round of applause, please.